So Dad likes to have lights in the backyard. I think everybody else appreciates it too, but I like to come out here in the morning when it's still dark and have a little devotional time. And I like it to be light enough that I can see, and so the sun's not coming up that early this time of year. So I'm going to put up these new string lights from Adlon, and it's 100 feet. I'm going to do a little bit of measuring here to see how I can best put this over my porch. I'm replacing some older patio lights that are not doing very well now, and I've also added, so I've also installed some solar lights on my fences, and as you see here, they do a pretty good job. I never expected them to last all night, but they light up well for 2 or 3 hours, depending on how much sunlight they've gotten. There is a difference between the ones on the back fence, which don't get enough light. So if you're considering buying these, then you might want to think about how much sun they're going to get, because they don't seem to be super powerful, but they perform better than I expected actually. So with the Adlon lights, I'm going to attach them and rope them here a bit around my porch, my back patio, and I have a couple of trees here that will help give me some support. So probably a little over 28 feet to my first connection point. And that means that I'm going to have to think kind of in thirds here, crisscross my patio and give it some light. So we're going to try that. Basically make a Z. So installing these was a little bit more physical and took a little bit more work than I had anticipated. I had really thought I could do it more quickly, but it took a couple of hours. And it does take some measuring and installation tools. All right, so this may be important. I think it's valuable to notice, but these are my old light set, and they're a much heavier duty plug and cable cord. So I can't quite read the numbers. It says maybe a 15 AWG. So this one is obviously much thinner. And that's fine because they are LED bulbs and they don't carry a lot of electricity, but you do wonder if they're going to hold up as well as others. So it would appear that it has a fuse inside of here, so that's maybe a little bit different also, but there's also no ground as opposed to the old ones, which did have a heavy-duty plug and ground. I was kind of thinking that there'd be more help in terms of installation hardware, but there's nothing. There are 2 extra bulbs in the box, and that's about it. So you're on your own to plan and figure out how you're going to make these stay up, how you're going to plug them in and make them work. And depending on your situation, every backyard is going to be different, or where you want to attach them. But as I show in this picture, they do have clips on them, so they could potentially clip to a gutter or a roof line if it fit right. I don't think that was going to work for my setting, even if I'd wanted to line them up against the roof like that. But I did figure out how to put them all up. Of course, I had taken an old set down, so I was kind of basing it on that. Here they are. They did come on. First test. All right, so here they are in the dark. And I can't really give you a good look at how bright they are because my phone will brighten up everything. So, but I like them. They're very clear, and it is a little bit brighter than it was before. So just because they're new, I think, and their globes are all, and then you can see the ones on the back fence. I need to change the color so you can see, I don't know if this is going to pick up, but there are 2 different color tones right now. So you can adjust that. I need to fix that one there, the 3rd one, because it's not the right. And then the ones on this fence over here, I think it gives the backyard a really nice look. Of course, if they're flashing, that's just the frame rate. It's not really flashing. The Friday Dad. I review stuff.